Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode 8. Let's get into it. Karen is talking about... Karen is talking to Ashley, and Ashley was like, so do you and Ray have an arrangement? She was like, no, we don't have no arrangement. What are you talking about, blue eyes? No, Ray is confident in me. He's confident in me. He's self-assured. He don't got no problem. And he trusts me. He trusts his wife. And then that's when Sharice is like, Karen, you told me last night that Ray asked you for a divorce. And everyone's like, oh, huh? What? Divorce? And then so Karen clearly cleaned that up and was like, oh, that was years ago. That was so many decades ago he asked me for a divorce. But it's just like it happened yesterday. We have our struggles. We go through our things. So, Karen's sitting there lying through her teeth. Karen is lying with a straight face. She got a poker face. She ain't no joke. She can lie to you in a heartbeat, in a second, in a minute. She's the type of person that you want in the courtroom with you. But she got to be on your side. And so the ladies was like, so are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, are you worried? Are you concerned? She was like, yes, I am worried. I am concerned. I'm concerned about Sherman's health. Knowing she was lying. She ain't concerned about that man's health. If she was concerned about that man's health, she wouldn't be renting that big ass house for $10,000 when it's just her $10,000 a month, or how much ever it is, whether it's just her and him. They don't need that big ass house. They're too old to be walking up and down them stairs, traveling all over that house. They need a small house, the downsize, so they can build up them racks and save money, because he's going through it with the IRS. So he got to make payments. Each payment he pays that $10,000 for that rent, he could be paying it towards his IRS bill. And there's no need for them to have that big ass huge house. It doesn't make any sense at all. So if he wants to divorce you, he's tired of you spending his money trying to live like the Johnsons, trying to live like, the Jeffersons. Like, no, we're moving on down with the money that I'm spending. So, Karen's just sitting there like, she got her life straight. Like, she got a straight poker face. Karen can lie to you. And so, now that all the ladies are getting ready to go into the jacuzzi, and so then that's when, Karen pulled Giselle aside and was like, yo, listen, Ray's trying to protect me. She whispered in Giselle's ear, whatever. As soon as Giselle goes, oh, yeah, he's trying to protect her because he doesn't want the IRS to come after her. Yes, that makes sense, because the IRS can come after, Karen, her, and everything that she has, and actually have her testify against him of anything that she witnessed, business paper, money spent, trips taking, anything. And so Karen doesn't want to say it on TV because she can't really say that much if that's actually what's going to happen, because the IRS is watching, and then they can put an injunction against that and say that they're doing this to commit a crime. So Karen better be careful, because the IRS is watching. So, Gazelle was like, yeah, he wants to protect you, all right, because of the IRS ain't no joke, and they're going to come after you. So then we have Ashley, Sharice, and Robin. They go to Karen's stuff, get her wig. Ashley puts on Karen's wig and totally acts like Karen got dead on spot, dead on point, everything. Almost looked like she had Karen's body too as well. And so, I was so glad that Karen didn't take it personal. She was enjoying it. She was having fun. She was good with it. I wonder would any of the other ladies act that way if Ashley would have did that to them, because Karen was actually a good sport. And it seemed, it makes you feel like Karen is more lively, like she's more understanding, like she's just not a witch, and get mad and angry real quick. So it is what it is with that situation. And so, they get into the jacuzzi, and you got Sharice putting on this Jerry curl bag, this shower cap that don't fit her big old head and all that hair she got on her head. Sharice looks like a linebacker, a football player, a man with a wig on. I don't know what's going on with Sharice. So anyways, Monique is smoking a cigar. She said that she swallowed the cigar or whatever, she inhaled it, so that's why she was throwing up. But they didn't show that on camera, but she said that later. And they showed the bottle, she drunk that whole bottle. So everybody's like, yo, you drinking a lot, like you really drinking a lot. So Monique is upset with, Ashley because she's talking about her DUI and her drinking, whatever. But, Monique didn't care when she threw, Candace under the bus and was like, oh, I told you to act like this. I told you to confront the girls when they say something to you right then and there. And also, I told you to, address the girls if they do something wrong to disrespect you, but you're taking it overboard. You're doing way too much. You really took my advice literally. Like, but yeah, Monique, because you told her that she better do it and she should do it, and you said that you don't believe that she has the backbone to stand up to these girls, and she did, then you threw her under the bus because she actually stood up to the girls. But the problem was she stood up to Charisse and not Gazelle. That's who you wanted her to go after. That's what AKA Ashley says. So, and then on top of that, you told her to confront the issue when it happens then and there. So you should have confronted the issue with Ashley as soon as Ashley was talking about you had 4 or 5 drinks or whatever. You should have confronted her there at the house, on the bus, anywhere, at any place, at any time that Ashley said something that you didn't like, that you felt offended by. How come you didn't address her then and take it up with her then? You know what I mean? Instead of harboring it in when you was telling Candace to do this and Candace to do that, and you're not even taking your own advice as well. And then on top of that, when you got into that car accident, you didn't have to tell nobody you got into the car accident. You could have kept it to yourself. You didn't have to tell anybody on the cast. Remember, you wanted a storyline, but the storyline backfired on you because now everybody assuming that you were drunk. Everybody assuming that you would have had a DUI if the cops would have caught you. And we know that you didn't report that accident. You took that car right to the body shop because there is no police report done. So don't even go there because like you was drinking and driving. You could have called Uber. You could have called your husband to come pick you up, or you could have kept your mouth closed and kept it to yourself. And we know that you're going through some things. You should have told the ladies that you did have a miscarriage. You told us, the viewers, that you had a miscarriage. You should have told them that you had a miscarriage and you was going through some things, and they would totally understand the drinking, that, oh, this is only gonna be for a little while. And plus, Chris, your husband, told you before you got on the bus to go on the trip not to drink. And what did you do? As soon as you get on the bus, you got drunk. You was drinking your ass off and you was running your mouth about your business. You shouldn't have said nothing about the car accident to anybody, because you should know better than anybody that you ain't got no friends. Now you realize you ain't got no friends. Like, come on, miss me with the bullshit. So anyways, it is what it is with that situation. So we get back to, we get to Candace. Candace is talking to Chris about, the situation of the trip, about, the girls coming at her, and also people assuming that Monique is an alcoholic and she's drinking and driving. She thinks it's real serious, that is real slander, and it could hurt her. So she's concerned about that situation. And so we have Monique. Monique is talking to Chris and her brother about the situation. And she's saying that Ashley is reporting back to Giselle and Robin like she's on their team. And she should have came to me and told me the information. She didn't have to tell me in front of the girls. So that's when Chris immediately jumped in and was like, yo, I don't think she's on their team. I don't think she's down with them. I don't think she's down with them either. But you opened a can of worms by telling everybody what happened. And then on top of that, if you wasn't accurate with your story, you should have told Ashley not to say anything, or Ashley just tell everybody I only had 2 drinks, I only had 1 drink, or whatever. You should have talked to her and told her that, and maybe she would have listened. But anyways, if you would have told Ashley to lie for you, she was gonna snitch on you. Ashley can't hold water. She can't keep a secret, and she loves to run her mouth, and she loves to throw shots at people. That's how Ashley does. So anyways, you should have just been real with everybody, like, I'm stressed out, I'm going through some things, I just had a miscarriage. Or basically you shouldn't have said anything to Ashley, or you could have just asked Ashley to lie for you, and if she didn't lie for you, then go at her. But she didn't lie on you because you didn't dispute that she lied about how many drinks you had. You didn't say anything when you guys were on a trip when she was saying it. So now you say something once you get back home. So it is what it is. And so you have Giselle. She's upset. She's mad. She's talking to Robin because, she hasn't heard from Sherman because of this People magazine situation. She thinks that Sherman is backing away because, it's in the public eye. But Sherman's on this show. Sherman knows that you're filming. Sherman knows you're going to talk about him. Sherman knows that it's the media. Sherman knows that you're in the public eye. So why would he have a problem with the People magazine article? I didn't see it. Maybe there was something in there that was faulty, or maybe the People magazine came out before the show came out and he felt some type of way, or maybe he has another woman, or maybe he doesn't want to take care of 6 kids because his kids, your kids together is a house full of 6 kids. Then he got to take care of you. Then he got to take care of his ex-wife for alimony. But, Giselle does have her own money too as well, but she's going to be looking for Sherman to spend his money and not hers because she's a boss like that. So that's how that's going to go down. So we'll see what happens with that situation. Something has pushed Sherman away because they usually talk 4 or 5 times a day and they're not really talking as much, and he's not communicating with her, and she don't know what's going on, and she's feeling some type of way because they've been dating for a year. So we'll find out what happens. So we have Karen. She goes to the fragrance place. She goes to Matt's office, and she goes to his office. She's asking him, hey, listen, I got this little fragrance business going on, and my grandmother didn't have this and that, and we put fragrance together, which is a very lovely, wonderful story. And, it's a reality for a lot of people. And so she was telling Matt that she was telling Matt about the situation. Matt was like, I have no idea about fragrance. I don't know anything about that. She was like, well, you're PI marketing, so you'll fit in where you get in. So that was funny. So then we get Candace and her mother. Candace and her mother are actually looking at a venue. It's a lovely venue. It's big. They're going to have 300 people there. And her mother's actually going to be giving Candace $100,000. And her father's going to be giving her $20,000. It makes no sense. If Candace was smart, she would spend the $20,000 on the wedding. And she'll take the rest of the money, pay off the house, and give her mother her half of the money for the house, so her mother don't come to their house and live in their house or go buy a new house. Pay off her mother so her mother can find another vacation house. That's number one. Probably pay off some student loans, and probably pay off her fiance's business, Chris, with the restaurant, because they probably owe taxes, the building, pay all that shit up and save the money. Why have all these people come to your wedding that you don't talk to every day? You don't talk to 300 people every day. You don't see 300 people every day. You don't talk to 300 people over the phone. People that you don't talk to once a week or once every 2 weeks, they don't need to come to your wedding. Let's be real. You need to be more mature, and you need to think about your future and not think about having, this fairy tale, bullshit type of wedding, because, the wedding can be over, and that money that you can have can make your marriage stronger, where you don't have to depend on your mother, and where you and Michael can have more of a upper hand in this world when it comes to finance, instead of spending $100,000 on your wedding. Your mother's not a multi-millionaire. Your father ain't a multi-millionaire, because if that was the case, she would have more than $100,000 to give you. Makes no sense. So anyways, Candace's mother is talking about, you guys might get a divorce. It might not work. Your father walked out on you when you was a kid. It's like, that's some shit to say to your daughter while you're there with the wedding planner trying to plan her wedding. You're telling her that he might leave her. That's something you should have said to her before, not while you're planning a wedding and you're going to give her $100,000 to tell her that he might walk out on her. He might leave her. Yes, that is a reality, but there's a time, place, and a moment for it. And you don't have the time, the place, or the moment at all. You should have said this way before that is a reality. And she probably knows that's a reality. She don't need you to reiterate it. And then you talk about her father at the time, talking about he walked out on her. He maybe did, but this is not the time, the place on TV to tell her this. Not to tell her why she got to call her father and ask her for more money, because $100,000 that you giving her ain't enough. And now Candace is feeling a certain type of way because Chris' parents were divorced. Her parents is divorced. She doesn't have anybody to idolize and look up to that had a strong, solid marriage. So So she's feeling a certain type of way, so she leaves. She's crying. Her mother was like, I don't know what to tell her. She needed a reality check. Well, she probably would have a reality check if you didn't pay for everything and you made her work a little bit more harder for things. And stop, treating her like a child, like living in the same house that she lives with her husband, where her and her husband get down and do the dirty and do the nasty. Mama's in the damn business. Mama in the building. She's in the building on her own floor. What kind of shit is that? Take that $100,000 and pay your mom off so she can find somewhere else to vacation. So moving on from that. So, we get to, what's her name? Karen's party, her fragrance party. Giselle and Robin are just cracking on the fragrance. She was like, the fragrance smell like must. It don't smell fresh. She was like, oh, we got food today. We eating today. We got food, because, when Karen had the conference, there was no food there. But the best dress of the night would have to go to, Candace and Karen. They look absolutely stunning. That purple on Karen was absolutely gorgeous. That white pantsuit that, Candace had on was absolutely beautiful. She just needs some tape because she was showing us all her goodies. And we would say Ashley and Giselle was dressed the worst, and Robin. And we might as well throw Charisse in there too as well. So, anyways, but Robin and Gazelle got it going on. But Giselle's hair was nice and her earrings were nice, but that balloon suit, that bow suit she had on was not hitting on anything. So, but they got the party started, and so then they're talking, they're sitting there, and it was like, Robin's like, I feel some type of chill in the air from, Monique, because Monique ain't talking. And when we left this trip, everything was good. So what's going on? What's happening? And Giselle was like, yeah, there's something going on. But they say this after, so then Ashley gets up and she leaves, and Candace gets up and leaves, and they ask Monique, what's the problem? Monique was like, oh, I'm tired of fake this. I'm tired of people talking about I'm drinking this and that. My beef ain't with you. Robin, my beef ain't with you. Gazelle, my beef is with Ashley, because she's talking about I have 4 or 5 drinks. I got businesses. I got money. I got this. I got that. She's trying to destroy me and all this other stuff. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. She didn't mean all that. What are you talking about? Like, why are you taking it there? And plus, everybody was talking about you drinking. Everybody except for Sharice and Candace was talking about you drinking. And so now Ashley comes back to the table, and now what's her name, Monique is coming at Ashley, talking about you messing up what I have in my businesses just because you get an allowance every week and somebody pays your bills and you don't got nothing to lose. I got something to lose. So like, damn, you gonna throw that type of shot at her? She wasn't even feeling that way. She was concerned. And Ashley, when she's concerned, she doesn't know how to be concerned in the right type of way, because she was concerned about Robin's relationship with Juan. And she was all over the place with it because her mom is in the same situation. She doesn't know how to accurately put herself in a situation and talk about it and be concerned without it being messy. And she does it on purpose too as well. But and she wanted to bring attention to it. So, and she was like, wait a minute, don't come at me. If you had a problem with it, why didn't you say anything to me? Ashley was like, you're the one that brought it up. You're the one that told everybody about it. I even tried to just tell everybody that you were stressed out, that, you had a lot of tension, you had a lot of things. But then you got Monique saying, oh, you had like 5 beers and 2 shots and all of this. And Ashley was like, yeah, but I didn't get into an accident either. I got home safe. It's like, yeah. Ashley standing, so then you got Candace jumping in. Candace said something, well, maybe her body weight, her size, whatever, she can handle this one. And that was like, come on. Ashley was like, come on, shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. And so they're going back and forth. And so that's when, Karen's like, get out. You guys got to get out. She's trying to get Matt to stop the ladies from arguing. Matt would not get up. He would not intervene. Karen went and got the staff of the restaurant, not security, to tell the ladies to get out and kicked them out of the place. I was just like, oh, no. But hold on, I'll get back to that. So I'll go back to that other situation. So anyways, they're going back and forth at it. So then they get outside. They're going back and forth at it. Monique is still talking her shit. She's talking about she's messing up my life. She's making up my reputation. They ain't my friends. If they was my real friend, this and that. So here comes Ashley. Ashley's running up in the business. At least Ashley is not scared. At least she's not like acting like she was just like, yo, I was concerned about you or whatever. I was concerned about with you. I was concerned about what happened or whatever. But you the one that told everybody else. You the one that told your business. You the one that got into an accident. And you the one that mentioned all this. And then, Monique is like, oh, no, you're running your mouth. And you guys are talking about me. So then Monique goes at Robin, talking about Robin. You making jokes. You talking about, oh, I'm concerned about you drinking. She finished up that whole bottle. Because, yes, they was talking about her drinking. Because now they're like, you got into an accident. You up here getting drunk in front of us. Like, you giving us a reason to talk about you. You giving us a reason to do this. So she gave them reason to come after her. She gave them ammunition and they used it, and that's what they used. They used ammunition on the show to come after each other. So that's what happened. And so she's going back and forth, and that was like, come on, what are you talking about? And so so Monique is talking all her junk and everything. And so she's just like, well, if you said to come and say that in my shut up. Robin was like, shut up. And so then Monique was like, come to my face and tell me shut up. And so then Robin was like, shut up. And then she put the umbrella near her neck. Karen jumped in. She was like, I'll choke you with this umbrella. Yo, Robin was real. Robin was ready to beat down Monique. And Monique knew it. Monique was not ready for Robin. Robin is a dude. Kinda. She plays sports. She's athletic. She's around men all the time. And, Robin looked like she got hands. If she don't got hands, she can sit on top of you and start pulling your hair up and slap you and punch you. She just sit right on Monique, grab her good by the neck. Monique won't be able to get out at all. The only thing Monique would be able to do was scratch. And she put that umbrella, and Robin was so real with it, Monique got quiet. I was like, oh shit. So I was just like, damn. I was like, shit. So anyways, let's get back to what is her name? Ashley. She goes meet up with her mom. Her mom's cleaning out the house. Do you see how big and gorgeous that house that, Mike is, Ashley's husband is renting for her? Let me tell you right up, straight up and down, whoever that man that, Monique's mother, that Ashley's mother was with, I would have been meeting him around the corner. I would have been meeting him in the park. We'd have been having sex outside. We'd have been having sex at the playground. Well, you don't want to do that because you might get charged with, you might become a sex offender. But we would have had sex in the car around the corner, at the hotel as they're staying at now, because I wouldn't have messed up my gig with this house, that beautiful ass house. I would have been stacking my money, stacking my paper, and got things together. I would have, look how beautiful that house is. But yet she wants to be with this man that don't want to do nothing. The conditions was that Ashley mother not be with that man. She can live in that house as long as she want and do whatever she want as long as that man wasn't there. And she chose to bring that man there, so she broke the contract, she broke the agreement, so she got to get the hell out. That's it. She doesn't seem like she's appreciative. She's upset, but she did have some good points that Michael won't talk to her. He won't answer her phone calls. This is not about no money. And she was like, Ashley, but you got to go run and report back to Mike. Yes, that's her husband. He pays the bill. Ashley made it clear. She was like, without Mike, I can barely make it on my own, so I need him. And right now, you're messing up my situation at home because you want to be with this no good man. I chose a man that can take care of me and provide for me and do for me. And I chose a man that was so good that he put you and my brothers and sisters in a house to live. But you wanted to bring this no good son of a bitch into the house. So this is what you get. You stay in the shelter. You stay on the street. You stay whatever. If that man can't provide for you, then that's your business. And her mother don't seem appreciative. She don't seem like, you know what? I'm done with Ashley mother. Go on the street. Do whatever you need to do because you are not smart. You're not a smart woman at all, because you had a comfortable place to live with you and your kids where you can save money. Only thing you probably had to do was pay. I bet Ashley and Mike paid the light bill, the gas bill, and everything. And so the money that you was making, all you had to do was stack that money up, go back to school, do something. But no, you wanted to lay around dick. You wanted to have dick in your life. Now you got it. And you're poor and you're broke and you're all alone in that hotel living miserably, and he still ain't gonna get up off his feet to do anything. Only thing you're gonna do is blame Ashley. It ain't her fault. It's not her fault that you don't want to do. You are not handicapped right now, and you chose this man. If I had a situation, if my boyfriend was no good and I had a house like that to live in and the bills was paid for, he would be gone. But, it also goes back in the day when they forced, African American women on welfare, and they said only way you can get welfare and get this money, because it was free money, it was a lot of money back then, that, your man can't be in the house, and you have DCYF, you have human resources and people that work in the food stamp office come to your house and do house checks to see if your husband's shoes was there, your boyfriend's shoes was there, or whatever. So it seems like it's like that type of situation a little bit, but it's not. But anyway, she made that decision, so it's on her. But anyways, Robin was going to eat Monique for breakfast. And I would actually say Gazelle and Monique actually were really good this episode and really funny. Ashley was funny with the wig. Candace, you kind of felt sorry for her. She didn't really make a big grand entrance or anything. She's trying to plan her wedding and be sad and shit like that because her mom paying for everything. And Karen just kept her face up lying, and she got these fragrance going on. I'm just like, okay. And Monique got to get it together. Peace. I'm out. One love.